Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to design a 12-unit bridge in Exocad using my brand new library, SAGA. Bring up the models and place it in the correct orientation. This is just going to be a try-in, and the first thing I like to do is to clean up the models, just to remove any extra stuff that might get confusing during the design stage. After this, we select the margins of the temp cylinders and we manually place the screw channels. Usually I like to see them from the top-down view, just to place the screw channel exactly on the same axis of the temp cylinder. Now I select different insertion directions because they are divergent. And on the border of the margins, I just drag everything down to make it at 0. Now this is going to be a try-in, and for today's case I want to introduce to you my brand new library, SAGA. This library is really nice for FP1s. I've decided to make the spaces in between them, especially in the roots, completely closed. So you'll see that you don't need to spend too much time closing gaps between the teeth. As per usually, I like to set up one side first, spend the most amount of time on the advanced tooth placement to make them longer and close all the gaps. As you can see, you have very little spaces between the teeth, and with just small touches we are easily going to close them all very nicely. Now usually I like to drag the roots all the way up, and for that I press Ctrl Shift and I drag the bottom of the root all the way up. I always like to start in one side of the mouth, make everything as perfect as possible, so then we can just copy everything to the other side. The majority of the time should be spent on the tooth placement, because it has all the tools to shape them and position them correctly. And then on the freeforming stage, you just spend a bit of time just refining some things that need to be added or removed. But usually I spend the most amount of time on the tooth placement stage, on one side of the mouth, then to finally copy everything to the other side. This library comes with flat cusps, but you can easily make them pointy with this technique just by doing this, and this library is quite versatile. Here I make them all pontics, so this makes the software adapt the bridge only after the connectors are made. Otherwise it's going to adapt them before the connectors. And I find that usually it's just so much easier to connect everything and then adapt to the tie bases as if it was a wax-up. So now that I'm happy with the right side of the patient, I go to the chain tab. I untick these two boxes. You only need to untick these two first boxes. You go back to simple mode, you click undo twice, so they go back to the initial position. Go back to chain mode and select the symmetry button on the upper left side of the button, right here. The teeth are copied to the other side, but now they are misplaced, so you go back to simple mode. You click move all simultaneously and you control right click on the teeth that you don't want to move. They become white, so they are in place, and then just place the other half arch in the correct position. After finishing with tooth placement, we move to the freeforming stage, where we just do the small touches and small details, making sure that everything is highly symmetrical and making a very beautiful bridge. Always feel free to jump around between freeforming and tooth placement, depending on the tool that you need to use. In this case, this tie base is quite far forward, so I try to close it as much as I can in between them, even before doing the connectors, so we make sure that we have a nice transition. Because this patient didn't want any pink on this bridge, it's going to have quite long roots, but it's going to be similar to the lower jaw. As you can see, you kind of have a lot of root exposure, and that's why we're not going to do pink on this case. Move to the connector stage. Usually I like to spend quite a bit of time in this stage because I want to make sure that I have a long and broad connector, just so that the zirconia doesn't have any weak points. I know that this is a trying, but if the patient accepts this, we know that we're going to need to do quite broad and long connectors. So I like to use the multi-layer view when designing the connectors. You don't need to use this, but I just like to make sure that everything is looking on point. And what I do many times is I design one connector and then I just copy to all others, so it's just easier. They just become bigger and then I just need to adjust them slightly. Now once we are happy with the connectors, we just go forward and we need to adjust the entire surface of the bridge. I like to smooth the transitions. And then, because this is going to be a try-in, I'm not going to do any pressure on the soft tissue. So as you can see here, I haven't adapted the occlusion yet, because we can still adapt it here at this stage. The important thing in any try-in is to make sure there is no pressure on the soft tissue, just so the bridge can be fitted easily, just to check the aesthetics and the passivity. Now once you're happy with it, you select off for the screw channel, so you don't have any small wall built around the screw channel. and then it's done. A beautiful 12 unit bridge using my brand new library, SAGA. Now if you want to design full arches in less than 10 minutes, watch this video next.